Imagine a man living 600 years ago who understood the economy better than today's world leaders. A man who predicted why nations rise, why they become rich, why they collapse, and why a new power replaces them. This is not a myth. This is Ibn Khaldun, the scholar who decoded the hidden cycles of wealth long before modern economics existed. Today, his insights feel less like history and more like a warning. To understand the world today, inflation, corruption, inequality, financial collapse, we must go back in time. Back to a world without banks, without stock markets, without digital money. And yet, one man could already see the entire system with crystal clarity. Ibn Khaldun was born in 1332 in Tunis into a family that valued knowledge, politics, and leadership. He lived through wars, plagues, political betrayals, and economic crises. These experiences shaped his mind. He wasn't just reading history, he was living it. And every rise or fall he witnessed became data. Data that he later transformed into a theory that still shocks economists today. His masterpiece, the Muqaddimah, is more than a book. It is a blueprint for understanding how human societies function. In its pages, he dissected economics, politics, psychology, power, leadership, corruption, taxation, and civilization building. Modern economists call him the father of sociology, the father of historiography, and even the father of economics, all at once. Ibn Khaldun revealed something deeply uncomfortable. Every system, no matter how powerful, follows the same cycle. The same rise, the same prosperity, the same decline, the same collapse. He believed that wealth itself behaves like a living organism. It is born, it grows, it weakens, and it dies, unless protected by justice and discipline. At the center of his theory is Asabiyyah, the glue that holds societies together. It's unity, shared purpose, a sense of belonging. For Ibn Khaldun, wealth begins not with money, but with unity. When people trust each other, they work harder, build stronger, and create stable markets. Every powerful civilization begins with discipline. Leaders are humble. Workers are committed. Taxes are low. Government is light. Everyone contributes, and everyone benefits. This phase creates innovation, productivity, and economic expansion. As productivity grows, so does wealth. Markets open, cities expand, trade networks flourish. Artists, engineers, scholars, and merchants thrive. This is the golden age, the peak of culture, science, and financial power. But Ibn Khaldun warned, prosperity comes with a hidden danger: luxury. Luxury weakens societies. People forget discipline. Leaders lose humility. Hard work is replaced by comfort. He wrote, "Luxury corrupts the character, weakens the determination, and destroys the spirit." As discipline fades, productivity slows. Leaders then make the biggest mistake, raising taxes. Ibn Khaldun explained a principle centuries before modern economics discovered it. High taxes kill economic activity. Businesses flee. Investors shut down. Workers lose motivation. The economy begins to suffocate. When revenue declines, rulers stop hiring competent people and start hiring loyal people. Corruption spreads. Institutions decay, justice disappears. And once justice collapses, Ibn Khaldun says wealth collapses automatically. His message was simple: injustice is the fastest path to financial destruction. When unity dies, the economy shatters. The wealthy hoard, the poor suffer. Inflation rises, security weakens. The state becomes too weak to defend itself, and eventually, a new, more disciplined group replaces the old rulers. The cycle begins again.
Now here's the part that shocks economists. Everything Ibn Khaldun described can be seen happening in modern times. Rising inflation, rising inequality, weakened institutions, declining trust, and growing corruption. His cycle isn't ancient history, it is our present.
Historians like Toynbee, economists like Schumpeter, and sociologists everywhere admire Ibn Khaldun. Why? Because his analysis was not emotional, it was analytical. He looked at data, population, taxation, military spending, trade networks, productivity, and converted them into formulas that still match today's economic behavior. Centuries before economist Arthur Laffer drew the famous Laffer curve, Ibn Khaldun explained the same concept. Low taxes increase revenue. High taxes destroy it. This single idea changed global tax policy, and Ibn Khaldun introduced it hundreds of years early. Ibn Khaldun believed productivity is not just economics, it is morality. Hard work, fairness, trust, and justice increase economic output. Corruption, greed, and oppression decrease it. For him, economics was never separate from ethics. Today, many nations face the same threats Ibn Khaldun warned about: declining productivity, increasing luxury, rising taxes, government inefficiency, institutional corruption, loss of unity. He would say that these are not random problems, they're symptoms of a cycle reaching its later stages. Ibn Khaldun's cycle also explains why businesses fail. A startup rises with passion, grows with productivity, becomes arrogant with success, declines with mismanagement, and collapses under bad decisions. The patterns of nations are the patterns of businesses. Your own financial life follows the same cycle. Discipline creates growth. Growth creates savings. Undisciplined spending causes decline. Ignoring problems leads to collapse. Ibn Khaldun's message for individuals is clear. Protect your foundation, stay disciplined, and avoid the trap of unnecessary luxury. Ibn Khaldun didn't just write history, he understood it. He didn't just study economics, he predicted it. And today, his ideas guide global economists, historians, political scientists, and financial analysts. His legacy is not old, his legacy is eternal. If we want stronger nations, stronger companies, and stronger personal lives, then Ibn Khaldun's message must be remembered. Unity creates prosperity. Justice protects wealth. Discipline builds strength, and corruption destroys everything. The cycle is real. The cycle repeats, but understanding it gives us the power to break it. This was the hidden financial wisdom of Ibn Khaldun, the scholar who exposed the cycles guiding our world. If you want a deeper dive into other thinkers, empires, and financial mysteries, follow this series, because the next story might change how you see money forever.